Now they can.
You're not missing out on much.
It's fine.
Look.
Here are the proof. Good.
This is the first episode back after a very long hiatus and none of my settings work, okay?
Technology.
Hey, kia ora, and welcome to Fate of Isen Pukapukarua. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast made by a bunch of Kiwi comedians, proud members of Kiwi RPG, Kia mu whakapau o Aotearoa, tabletop role-playing from New Zealand. We korero paki, we tell some jokes, we hopefully save the world, and we definitely have a whole lot of fun along the way. And we have deeply, deeply missed you all. Thank you so much for your patience as Fate of Isen just took a wee holiday, a little reset, a little self-care for ourselves. And we all know how important looking after ourselves is so that we can then go on and look after other people and be our sparkling and entertaining selves. So from all of us in Team Isen, thank you so much for your patience on the return. I know we left you on a bit of a what happened kind of point. So it is really exciting to be back and continuing the story. So I do have a whole load of story planned for 2026, and I have got such a wonderful cast with me. Please excuse Sourdough Bob in the background of Kasia's feed. Kasia literally can't help it. She is still currently on holiday in a holiday park, and we are interrupting her holiday right now.
So pretty.
That's how much Fate of Isen cares about you all. We're coming back even though one of us is still on holiday. So we're going to throw it to the sidebars, but what we're going to do is also, as we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things that we did for our self-care, what some of the cool things that they did to look after themselves, to rest, to relax, to get ready to come back, because this is the crucial stuff. And join in the chat too if you did something for yourself that you did to look after yourself at the start of this year. We want to hear about it. So take it away, sidebars.
Kia ora, everybody. It's good to be back in the saddle. I'm Severin. I played the human monk, Dexter Clementine. He's kind of a sweet boy trying his best. What did I do relaxing? God knows. I went on holiday over the break. That was fun. You know, that was kind of relaxing. I feel like we didn't put a lot of pressure on ourselves to like get up at the crack of dawn and go for a hike or like a big run. We got up when we wanted to. We found good food places. Got some beverages. Found in Hong Kong an iced tea place that gave you a little duck whenever you ordered from it. And then I lost one of the ducks, so we have 3 ducks.
A live duck? That's interesting.
Oh, nightmare to get back into the country. Let me tell you, they got real. They got real particular.
Yeah.
No, a little rubber duck.
So, wait, did you get 5 little ducks came out one day over the hill far away, and only 4 little ducks came back? Okay.
Yeah, because one of them got taken by the TSA. Or border security, as we call it in this country.
Severin Gourley, everybody.
Howdy. It's good to be back, everybody. So yeah, that was good. I think, reflecting on this, for a self-diagnosed introvert, I did a lot of very unintroverted things to try to like energize myself back up into the year. So went on holiday, went to an amazing concert this past weekend, saw Nick Cave and the Bad Suits, which was the best concert I've been to. It was phenomenal, and that really kind of energized me. Seeing good art is a great thing. The audience would know that tuning into this podcast every fortnight. So, come on. You can't guess yourself up. And so I think conversely, just doing things and energizing myself into the year was kind of what I did. Over to you, Erika.
Oh hey, I'm Erika. I play Taryn Grimm. And it's been so long since I played Taryn that I almost thought she had the accent, but that accent's reverted to someone else in the podcast.
Right, Erika, you're on all of my character voices now.
No, it's weird. I brought her into a home game that we started last year with some of my flatmates, and they really enjoyed her. So I've had time to practice.
Out there in the world. Oh, Brad will be stoked. Hey, Brad in the chat. Guess what? Chaos is getting out there.
We love chaos. But yeah, so it was one of the things that I did to relax was play more D&D with flatmates and play D&D with very good friends and close friends and hang out with friends and go on dates and watch the extended edition of Lord of the Rings.
I like
1, 2, and 3.
Skipped over go on dates. Like, it's
Yeah,
like
maybe.
really,
No, but guys, focus on the fellowship right now.
The
We need
fellowship
your
is where
help.
it's at. Spoilers, it holds up.
Wait,
25
the
years
date of Lord
later.
of the Rings.
Both. But no, it was good. It was nice and relaxing, considering I worked all the way through Christmas and New Year. So I'm actually taking 2 weeks off to do absolutely nothing, apart from go to my friend's wedding. So that'll be good. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Over to you, Kasia, on holiday.
Hi, it's me, Kasia, on holiday. So I actually have my mum visiting for 3 months, which are coming sadly to an end. Which means me, a mum of one, who feels like more than one, could have done stuff. And I did things. So we went outside with my husband, who is a Patreon subscriber. We played a board game at somebody else's place, and nobody was stealing pieces. And and we were like outside in the evening, and I was like waking up, and someone else would take Terry Bob to daycare, and it was just great. And I'm gonna miss this greatly when she leaves in 2 weeks. And this is why I'm now on holiday, because we gotta show your parents the South. You know what it is. Life is so tough, right? You just gotta take them to these beautiful places and eat this good food and stuff. It's just tough. It's tough.
It's real hard.
That's what I did. Yeah,
I don't think Brad believes you that you went outside because you are a parent of a young child, so it is.
I did suggest he comes to me one time, and he didn't turn up. So I reckon.
Shade.
I know. He was and his character was retired. Gerald XL. But there's a Gerald XS now, so Brad, you are always welcome back into the Geralds. This is a joke. You can come back.
Speaking of Brad, we actually did ask the creator of Fate of Isen, DM of Book 1, what he did over the holidays to rest and relax. And he shared that his rest and relax things are reading fantasy, classic escapism, and doing yard work. Love that manual labor that A, allows me to switch off the old overthinking machine, and B, get practical jobs done. He's been doing a lot of that in the past month, and I just want to give a big shout out to that, because that's a lot of motivation to actually do yard work and get out there, especially seeing as here in New Zealand, the weather hasn't exactly been summer, even though we are in summer. So good on you, Brad, getting out there in the miserable weather and just getting it done. Proud of you. I, on the other hand, DM Julz of Book 2, Marley Craft in Book 1. You may remember me. I have been doing things on the inside of my house. Like ignoring the outside completely. My lawns are completely out of control. But the inside of my house has been completely revamped. So some of you know, I was engaged at the 2025 that year. That year that happened, I was engaged. I no longer am, and I've been dealing with that. So I've been dealing with that by rearranging my entire house, which has actually been a really fun time. I think when you go through something like that in your life and you're just kind of trying to sit with yourself and like reassess and things like that, sometimes it's quite good to do something fairly practical that you can see and make make practical changes, because then it sort of feels like you've made forward momentum and you've, made things that are pretty and, given yourself like a visual hug, basically, which is something that I was sort of focusing on doing and looking after myself and using kind language to myself and about myself, being nice to me even inside my head, which is very important. When the world is garbage, it's good to be good to ourselves. So loads of love from me to you out there, those of you who are doing it hard right now but are still getting up every day and are still doing the good things and being nice to each other and looking after yourselves. Like, that's the real fight, right? So good on you. I'm proud of you out there too. And you know who else I'm proud of? I'm proud of our heroes. I'm really, really proud of them. They have been through a really challenging time lately. They don't know really what is going on. People keep beating them at things. They are not exactly considered winners, even though they are considered heroes. And at the moment, they just got beat up, and Granny nearly died with grasping vines and exploding potions and something weird going on with fruit, and a big old argument between two scientists, one who's a professor and one who's a doctor, and apparently they both think that they're better than each other. There's a whole lot of stuff that went on, but I think more importantly, we learned last time that Dexter can punch CPR. So, you know, these are all things that happened recently, and when we, as we come back into where our sidebars, our heroes, our adventurers are, they are feeling pretty tired probably after dealing with all of that, and not exactly probably looking forward to the next challenge and that is going to happen to them, but they do have a lot in front of them. Let's remind kind of everybody where we're sort of sitting in terms of, because it's been a while, in terms of some of the things that are on their plate. They have been asked to find all of the missing people from the Air Kingdom. The Air Kingdom, which is slowly slipping out of the sky, which they've also been asked to fix, investigate. Nobody really knows what is happening there anyway. Wider than the Air Kingdom itself, their friends are also in trouble. They've got a few friends that are really doing it hard right now. Zephyra has lost her sister, Aurelie, and doesn't know where she is and has asked for their assistance to find her. Marilla has kidnapped Granny before and has threatened to kidnap Granny and throw Granny off the Cloud Kingdom if Granny doesn't return in the next sort of 12 hours or so. Like, you know, like they basically have to turn back up now or, you know, face the consequences of what might happen there if they don't turn back up again to help Marilla. Down in the water is still toxic and the Water Kingdom is still dealing with that. Down on the earth is literally turning so toxic that plants are no longer growing. There is so much going wrong with the world and nobody knows anything about how to fix it except perhaps Granny, who talked to somebody while she was in limbo, who had some limited information to share. And was desperately trying to get a message through, a message which seems to have been trying desperately to get through at any cost to anybody who might be listening. And Granny heard it. Now, Granny is the only person in the world with this information. So as Granny kind of comes to and Dexter sort of heals Granny back up a little bit, that's kind of where we join our heroes again, discussing what just happened. From
memory, and for the podcast listeners at home, distant memory because of the gaps between it. You can see the dates. One of the NPCs, I think, pulling up names, was it Dr. Larkin?
Larkin Varath.
Said something very interesting at the end. And so Dexter's just kind of like, I'm going to look at him, a mixture of like confusion turning to rage, and just say, you could have shut that off. At any point. At any point you could have stopped that. Granny almost died. What do you mean?
What? All of that stuff? Yeah. I mean, it is my farm after all. But it was just so interesting. Did you see what was happening?
I think Taryn is just crying next to Granny.
Dexter's gonna
just no words.
Stride up to him. Does he have any reaction to this?
Absolutely none. Like, just like, look at what happened.
You know, I'm gonna start this year how I intend to end it. Can I make an unarmed strike against the professor? Dexter just like reels back.
Yeah, sure. Yep. Real emotion. Take it away.
It's we'll just count as a surprise round.
I would say so. Yep.
Advantage. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hits this peculiar scientist with his wild, unkempt hair and his goggles on his, you know. So where do you clock him? Just like straight in the face, or
directly in the snout, like for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As Dexter walks up and just pops him,
and he's like, "Oh!" you know, and he like goes flying backwards, lands on his butt, grabs his kind of nose, and it's definitely bleeding. And he's like, "Oh, fascinating! I've never had my nose broken before. Oh, that's quite painful."
Never do that again. Just know that Your nose can be broken after it heals.
I did tell you that he was no good. That is why I was here as the corrector to ensure the safety of the Air Kingdom.
Can I slap him?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you do to help?
Granny slaps him. That's
Yeah,
a
so
D4,
again,
right?
As he's
Right.
trying to answer Dexter, he's like goes to answer the question, and Granny
That'll be 16 to slap.
yep, definitely.
And it is 3 damage.
Nice. And again, he sort of goes, "Oh, well, that was probably that might make sense given the evidence and the experiment eventual conclusion. Yes, I do believe that was a warranted result."
Huh, that's just somehow less satisfying than I thought it would be. I'm gonna slap him again. From the other side. Sorry, this is obviously, we just need to start this year right. It is 4 to hit.
4 to hit. This one he sort of ducks out of the way a little bit, like, manages to sort of get out of the way at this one.
Can I please take the tears and just turn them into ice knives and just throw them between everybody and just say, "Stop! It is time for discussions. Stop hitting people. I am in so much pain."
Are you sure? I could break another nose right now.
Roll me an attack throw, like just a Dixie attack. I just want to see if you get anybody, because you're not trying to get anybody. So
No, it's also disadvantaged still too, because I am, it's an 18 for the first one, and that's 10 plus whatever Dex is like
you're
11.
fine. You're fine.
I'm
I was
cool.
going to say if
Pretty
it's
sure
under
step out
a
of ghost
10,
mode.
essentially you actually start. You get people and do damage.
Yeah, I just want the ice to shatter, but yeah, using
Yeah.
the tears to sort of turn it to the ice.
Yeah, and it is kind of a surprise to, like, the two scientists who do sort of look, they're kind of looking at each other quite incredulous as to, like, what is happening here, because this doesn't happen in the scientific community. Normally they hash out their arguments verbally, so they're not used to being physically assaulted. So they sort of do snap their heads back to you, but they're sort of a little wary of everybody slapping and punching them. They're like, "Hey,
Sit
started
down.
it! You
Sit down,
started
all of
it."
you. Crisscross applesauce.
And they do. They sit promptly on the floor with all of the chaos and debris of everything around them.
Well, we came here for Granny. We found young Granny. Still what we set out to do. So I think we just leave.
No. In a way, those two idiots have done something useful by nearly killing me. He looks at them. So thank you, dear Dex. That was so nice of you to punch me in the chest. I do have some broken ribs, but it looks like your magic may have fixed it. Very nice. I am very happy to be alive. But everybody, I think I may have actually drifted away a little far into the afterlife, and I met this wonderful person.
Into the what?
Lovely house. Into the afterlife.
The what?
The life that's after this life.
The unknown.
Like when you die. Oh, I just made it up on the spot. I think it's something like that. So what I did is I talked to this wonderful, wonderful person, and they said to find the stones to restore the connection, but it just doesn't make any sense because we're already looking for the stones. So that's just a bit silly.
You know what,
But
Granny,
I just
get
wanted
it.
to tell you that.
I get it. Back at the monastery, we believe that after you died, your body was buried and would give nutrients to the plants, and you would live on within the plants.
That
growth.
one, yes.
You got towards the plants. I get that. And the plants
was the
told you to
plants,
find the
yes,
stone? You took
Yes,
the plants
well,
without
they
a
did,
stone.
and-
That makes sense.
It was just a little annoying because we are already looking for the stone, and I told them that, and they were just kind of still talking about finding the stone, and I
Did
don't
they-
know, this whole thing, nobody's
happen to
really
say-
useful in this situation.
Where the stone might be?
Oh, they said something about the fires. Julz, do I remember more? More than
Yeah,
that.
I think this just happened to Granny, right? Like, so you were asking about where to find the stones.
There's
and
fire containers.
Yeah, the person who was answering you and talking to you seemed really frustrated that they couldn't tell you more. Like, they were like, I'm supposed to be the of knowledge. Why do I not know this? And so
So
they were frustrated that they didn't know.
Stone of air is in the air, and that was just very annoying because we're already in the air and there is no stone of air. Or there is, but we don't know where. Nobody knows. And then they said there's the other stone and the fire where the volcanoes are. And that's where the whatever they called, the flying things with the wings. So that's what they told me, and I just honestly think we need better intel. Is there do you wise men know anything about that at all?
They look at each other and they're like, stones?
Stones, yes. A stone full of magic of air. The stone that keeps air in air. That stone. The stone makes it make the air magical to go up in the air, The air stone.
You mean the things that Aeroseth made the world out of, like the literal, he made the cloud into like a firm thing that we can stand on? You mean that stuff? No, I believe she is talking about a stone, like a physical stone. We don't have earth stones in air. They both seem confused.
These guys. Taryn, I think we need better friends. I mean, a special stone that is quite special, not like a regular stone, like a stone.
It could be
You
shaped
sound
like
a lot like Marilla. He's always going on about these crazy conspiracy theories that he has, and he's like, he pops up and then he pops back down again. It's really annoying that his grate's like on my property. I'm always saying him.
Exactly. That sounds exactly what I need. Okay, where is Marilla? Are we far away? I think we are not.
I don't know. Just wait for him to kidnap you again.
No, he comes out of there. And Varith, Dr. Varith points over at this grate, literally in the ground, just on the outside of his property. It's basically right by his front gate. And you do know that Marilla told you that you should go find the grate by the old, dingy, rundown farmhouse or whatever that was in the Grimshroud district. And you're like, well, yeah, okay, this does actually make sense. Because that's where he was planning on meeting you, down in the tunnels, the area that he called the Vapor Vault.
The Vapor Vault, like a vape shop? No. Okay.
I don't know.
It's not in the world.
Yeah, I don't know if vaping would be okay in the Air Kingdom, or it'd be like you're making fun of them. Like it's cultural appropriation. It's going to be one of the two.
Cannibalism. I suppose it's not cannibalism if you never actually eat it. As long as you pull it back out again, it's kind of like a party trick, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Some sort of. Oh my god, it's like a sex thing, isn't it? Anyway, let's move on.
New tags, Amy.
Thank you to all the kids watching.
I meant saxophone, like when you blow through an instrument.
Okay, Kitty G,
totally.
sure.
I'm sorry. We were off the air for a long time, everyone.
It's alright, Amy's just gone and updated the tags.
Mild R18 for 2 seconds.
Mild R18.
A little bit of parental guidance for a hot minute.
Gosh darn it. I did not intend this. Okay.
You Willikers.
So,
Dexter's going to look over to the two nerds and say, well, you have both been of zero help, almost negative help. You caused us to encounter violence. I hope to never see you again, and if I do, I'm going to break one of your ribs. Peace. And he's going to walk confidently towards the grate, not really knowing where it is.
I'm going to hold you back. I'm going to hold you back from walking, because I'm now going to ask the nerd, what's the antidote for poison? Because those potions suck. We all poisoned.
Oh, yeah, no, that kind of does make sense. A lot of my potions exploded, but if you just give me, an hour or so, I can whip something right up for you. Yes, I'll help. I'll assist, and perhaps we can come up with some kind of a apology for these heroes who got involved in your business. And he's like, oh yeah, I could totally come up with an apology. Do you guys take payment in, like, I don't know, health potions?
Yeah.
And money.
Or magic items, or what ones that actually work.
You know what, Professor Doctor? You're sounding better and better.
Yeah.
And it's like, sit. Yeah, I'll work. I'll go in the house, take a rest, take a load off. I've got a lounge. He's kind of flapping a little, you know?
Okay.
Basically, he's basically saying, like, you know, you can feel free to sort of crash in his, you know, house and his areas. If you wanted to sort of take a load off for a minute while he has to kind of grab his ingredients. And kind of the place is a bit of a mess, so it's going to take him a little bit to come up with the potions that you need. But he can easily come up with essentially an antidote for the conditions that you're under, and then also come up with a couple of healing potions and things for you as well.
Well,
yeah.
At least I don't know what I ever saw in him. I'm sorry, everyone, that you had to see that.
And
This is
yeah, your friend, I say tentatively, Brannigan Growl, the corrector, professor. I will come with you. I believe I have something that may be helpful in this situation. As he sort of ushers you towards the house.
Dexter's ushered.
Yeah. So you kind of walk in the house, and like pretty standard kind of living room area. You know, there's a couple of lounge chairs and a longer settee. So you can make yourselves fairly comfy here. And as you settle down and sort of nurse in your wounds and things like that, he pulls out these small vials that he has like kind of on his belt. And he pulls out like 3 of them and sort of gives one each to you. You see he's still got like 3 or so on him. And he's like, this is my own invention. I call it a recover. Just sort of plan on selling it. It does quite well on barely making it so that you haven't lost any magical essence as such. A way of feeling after a hard magical fight that everything is fine.
So like a long rest in a bottle. I mean, like a restful potion?
Someone was going to rest for a long time.
I believe so, yes. Like something that would be considered quite restful.
Why should we trust you, though? You're a little bit dodgy.
A strange potion from someone Granny just slapped? What could go wrong?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Can we like Arcana check him or insight?
Yeah, can I
Sure.
insight check this man?
100%.
I would like to
Drinking
insight check him
strange
myself.
potions does seem weird.
18 to check for
Nice.
stranger danger.
Yeah.
Because remember, kids, don't accept
Goodness.
weird potions from people you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Wait,
just in
my
time for
insight
our
is
week.
massive, so... Okay, minus 23.
Okay, cool. So Dexter, you're pretty sure that this guy seems to be on the level, a little straight-laced, a little, uptight, but seems to be kind of on the level. And then Granny, what you're reading here is he seems to be sort of apologizing, for his part in the complication. Like, he could have probably ended a lot of that himself too, but he sort of wanted it to continue because it was making a point for him about the doctor being a bad scientist. So so you're kind of reading a little bit of that. And he does feel a bit bad. So he is.
Yeah, I'll take that and 5 gold from him.
You just robbed this man?
I don't carry a coin purse.
Well, do you have something pretty we can sell? I don't know. I like capes, for example. Anyway, Granny just wants to fleece him for more stuff. Sorry, for more shirts.
More shirts.
More shirts.
Give me a second to...
Maybe I can nice vest?
Yeah, like give me a second to think about that.
Sorry.
No, you're right. Roll me a persuasion roll. While we're here.
To persuade the DM to let you to do this.
Persuasion. Okay, no problem. Sorry, I read something in the side chat, and y'all need to not write things in there. Wait.
Would you prefer I
Sorry,
say them
I have
out
a
loud?
very-
Get the tags back?
Oh,
Get them
that
tags
was
up.
4.
Tags in the chat.
Okay.
Amy, you need to mod our chat.
Get some.
Amy is modding the chat. What are you guys doing in there?
I am not in the chat, Amy. I'm outside of the chat. I cannot be stopped.
I can't open the chat, or it appears on the live stream. So anything that you have in there, I don't know about.
Spoilers, it's fun.
Release the chat. You get some fun facts about Erika's flatmate.
And what did you roll?
4.
So you get like a not great magic item table, but roll me a D100 and let's see what random thing he's got in his pocket.
From the bottom shelf of the fairground.
Yeah.
You get like a pencil or like a sticker.
By the way, the rest of you, basically you drink this potion, if you're drinking this potion, and in 10 minutes or so, instead of 8 hours, you feel the effects of a long rest. So basically all of your HP comes back, all of your spell slots come back. It takes 10 minutes or so it doesn't happen like instantaneously, but it happens kind of over that period where you're just sort of sitting and relaxing and enjoying yourself and stuff. And as this happens, you feel yourself sort of grow and you know, I don't know, like it kind of feels a little fuzzy and stuff as he's looking at you all kind of in a little bit of awe because you managed to like actually do quite a lot of healing and stopping and dealing with these skybores and these exploding potions, and you actually dealt with the entire of the gravity rift almost completely on your own as a party. So, you know, he is sort of acknowledging that you guys did quite a lot there before it was stopped. And so is fairly impressed. So he is probably going to consider you guys as quite an awesome party. And as you know, with fame and notoriety comes power. And so I'm going to need you guys to level up to level 9.
Heck yes.
As you're sitting there. And Granny, it's a potion he pulls out of his pocket.
Is that a oh, never mind. Sorry. I'm good. I'm good. A potion. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, so he pulls out a potion of fire breath. So, and he kind of tells you a little bit about this one. Like, basically, you breathe it and you can kind of do the Dragonborn sort of like, you know, breathe fire out of your mouth and stuff. He's like, you know, you never know when you're going to need just a little bit of firepower sometimes. So, yeah, have this. I made it myself.
Thank you. That sounds like a fair trade.
I apologize, dear lady, for almost costing you your life.
Yeah, you better. Yeah,
so as you level up, I know level 9's not a terribly exciting level. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing, what you get, what the fun things are?
Overall, it's more exciting than I first thought. So for all of the D&D nerds listening, our proficiency bonus went up, which affects a lot of little things, but a whole lot. A lot of things in a little way. So we can do all of our proficient skills a lot better. We can hit a lot better. The spellcasters might have picked up some spells. Very exciting times. I don't know if I want to do this like in session. The Dexter can walk across surfaces. Like you can walk across water and up like a vertical kind of plane is my understanding. So in this house, he could just start walking on one of the walls and then on the ceiling and then flip down.
Yes. As long as by the end of his movement, and Dexter has quite a lot of movement, he doesn't end his movement still on the water or still vertical on the wall, because then he would fall. But if you can spend your entire movement doing a thing and finish it and land back on ground, like, hell yeah, you're basically able to spider climb on stuff, like... Yeah. You know, that little water bug creature dance across the water, you know?
I don't know if a ceiling counts as vertical. It's technically like above us, but I feel like it's stretching the feet a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably stretching a little bit. If the ceiling wasn't very long, I would probably allow it because it's kind of more like a jump
from
than anything.
Sheer momentum.
You know? Like, yeah. But if it's like quite a long ceiling, probably not. But yeah.
But what this can do, like, guys, I don't know what was in that potion, but I feel like I can just... And he goes up top of the wall, puts a foot onto the ceiling, and then just springs back. Yeah, I don't know when this is going to come in handy, but sometime. I can climb up a castle with enough force of will.
That's pretty good. Can you bring a I don't know, say a food cart with you as you were running, just in case we ever needed to infiltrate another castle.
A pie cart or two.
A pie cart or two.
Depends. Is it laden with pies, or are we talking like empty cart?
I do really enjoy that Granny was obsessed with the pie cart when her town that she comes from is Pycurnia, the Pycurnia Bakery. And I'm like, I don't know why, but it's
kind of on theme. It's so on brand.
It was nostalgic, yeah.
Erika, what do you get?
Proficiency bonus. And then I get I get access to 5th level spells now. And I'm tossing up between 2 5th level spells that are very much calling to me as a person, whether they call it a Taryn as a player.
Did you want the chat to help you with that, or?
I mean, if you're interested, I was looking at Cone of Cold, because that seems like a very fun spell, and is very on theme with the Storm Sorcerer.
Yep.
I was also looking at Seeming, because it would help the party in infiltration purposes, if we ever needed to infiltrate.
To look like something else.
So those are the things that I am currently playing around with.
Okay,
and if
chat,
anyone has any opinions,
do your thing, chat. Let us know what you think Erika should choose in terms of what you think might be most helpful. We do know that obviously they're spending a bit more time in Air while we solve the final Air Kingdom mystery, and then we now know that Haydet told them that the next stone is down in near fire by volcanoes. So is cold going to be helpful there? We also know that they have to find the Forgotten in order to fix the connection. Now, our heroes don't necessarily know exactly what that means, but they do know that the Forgotten is a mysterious cult. Seeming might be handy in terms of infiltrating a cult-type behavior. So, anything is possible.
We put it in a poll to the chat, and somehow they vote for caves again.
Yeah, well,
and somehow they vote for caves. Hey, if you had seeming, you could pretend to be caves.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, don't sway the vote.
That's
Ooh. Well, so far there is one vote for seeming for the shenanigans. Thanks, Alan Henry. We appreciate you in the chat.
Thanks, AH.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, I thought they were both pretty cool spells, but Seeming was my initial first pick, and then I saw Cone of Cold, so if that helps a little bit.
As, you spend the hour sort of going over what you're now able to do, like these new things that you've learned how to do, new power that you've gained, and sort of like soaking in the fact that, you do feel healthier. You literally watched your wounds knit back together again, and you felt the magical essence of, who you are and your connection to the land and your connection to the people that you've met so far sort of flood back into you, kind of filling you again. And an hour sort of goes by, and Dr. Larkin Varath kind of walks back in, and he's holding sort of a box filled with various potions and stuff, and is like, I made you a few more. Then I said, once I got going, I just kind of got carried away, and I just made a bunch of potions. So these ones are antidotes to poison, and these ones are healing potions. They're what you call greater healing potions. Like, they're better than his. And he points at him, and you're like, we've just had restore. So and he's like, and I've made all of these, and basically he's done a selection of 5 potions, and what I'm going to do is give those to you. They are mystery 5 potions. You can keep those, and at some point or other, if you're like, hey Julz, I wish we had a potion of bleh, that can be one of those 5. He is a very incredibly powerful scientist. He has created some really, really cool potions for you all. Tuck those 5 aside. Situationally, if something fun comes up and you're like, oh, a potion would be handy here, then you can use one of your 5 and call it into being.
We use them for 5 potions of water breathing.
Yeah, better ones.
Gang.
Better ones.
Greater water breathing.
Which I don't need, which is even funnier.
Well, that's also very true. No potion for you.
Amy would like them called potions of plot armor.
Would you like to store the plot armor in Severin's rucksack?
Amy, of course it's potions of greater, the main character. The hero.
Lyndon, that's pretty good. Potions of greater retcon. Okay, the chat's funnier than us today.
I haven't had enough juice.
Oh dear.
I knew what I was going to say, and then it just went.
Yeah. So Larkin sort of comes in and is like, I thought about what you said about how I wasn't very helpful, and I'm sorry I don't know about any stones, but it really doesn't make any sense because Eriseth did create the world. I mean, there are rumors that he didn't create the world alone and he created it with some great, powerful person. You know, there's obviously there are old murals and stories and rumors and myths and legends, and I definitely have been collecting a few of those, but nobody knows who these big people are, and apparently they're in the sky, which doesn't make any sense because we are in the sky, so you'd think we'd know about them. I mean, the only big, great, powerful people I know about is the storm giants, the cloud giants, you know, and well, you know, Aelfin the Veilbreaker is very powerful, but I don't know about any kind of great thing that he can do.
Are there any stories about where Eriseth created air? Was it did he create it from the center, or was he sort of above the land or underneath, underground?
As the stories go, he was flying in the sky and took a piece of cloud and manipulated it to be the world that we now know. I mean, it started small and he built and created this great kingdom that we now have and cherish and look after, and he made it float forevermore in the air. There are stories that he was so connected to the world around him and so connected to this other being that the kingdom would float forever. And I know that it's sinking. I've measured. They can't hide this from me. The plants are literally, the cloud plants are starting to, well, stop growing and people are getting sick. And I have a theory that the sickness is literally generated by the lessening in altitude. It's an altitude sickness.
That's similar to what we've heard.
And he's like,
clouds.
I know not of how to fix this. I mean, I've been doing experiments to try and see what I could do with building and trying to become like Eriseth myself, but there's a missing component I cannot find. And like Professor is like nodding along, you know, Professor Crowell, he's like, I too have been trying to recreate and failing.
Well, Dr. Professor Larkin, first of all, I apologize for very easily breaking your nose. That was wrong of me. You've given us these potions, which I'm sure will come in handy in our future endeavors, which are hopefully not caused by you and your experiments.
I wouldn't have traded the experience for the world. I mean, I now have a broken nose. I mean, I've never had one of those before. What a treat. And I get to go to the Celestial Center for Healing, and the nurses there are quite lovely.
You want me to do it again?
No, it's okay. It's still kind of broken.
Sorry, Julz, you have frozen.
Julz is frozen.
Julz is frozen and Larkin, and Kasia has returned.
I can imagine that was Larkin's response. It's just to stare at Dexter. Like.
Just to stare, yeah. So we did this part of that, Julz, after breaking the nose again. And Kasia, we have just been discussing
so
level ups, and
hopefully you guys can see it. I have added I've added 5 potions of main character energy to our party equipment. So hopefully you can also see that in like the party inventory. Because I think the general premise is if we need a potion, we can just like toss it to the person.
Yeah.
Or
I can't see Kasia, which means that the audience can't see Kasia because it's reading off mine. Let me just
see Kasia.
I can see Kasia and mini Kasia.
Apologies, Twitch stream. I can't reload either because I'm recording. So we may have to drop this here, unfortunately, because I can't refresh the screen or it'll stop recording, which is really annoying. Apologies, everyone.
Can anyone see us still?
There. I have Kasia now.
Hooray.
Yes, I am here.
Brad, you can edit this out. I'm going to start that back up again. I'm so sorry, Brad.
Yeah, but
Brad, edit this to the beginning.
Entirely.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with the recording. I don't know if you guys can still hear me.
Okay, which is good. So, you sit there for a while and you chat away to the professor and the doctor, and they sort of talk about some of the rumors and myths and legends that they've collected over the years about these people that are apparently linked to Eriseth and the creation of the Sky Kingdom and how it floats and all the theories people have about it. But it's quite clear that a lot of it is kind of quite storied and not a lot of, like, clearly not a lot of the exact details or the science or the however this was made is recorded. Something is missing as a piece of this puzzle, and they don't seem to be able to put their finger on it as such. Granny, as you're kind of like listening to this, there's like a weird little scratchy at the back of your head that reminds you of the person that you were talking to, and like that missing information and that connection is being lost, you know? It's like holes in stories, holes in science, and then you've got like a piece that doesn't fit. So there's something kind of there that's like scratching in your brain. But as you're kind of like doing all of this and you're sort of saying your goodbyes because you know that you need to, you know, get on, and it's getting on like, you know, only a few hours left until the deadline now, until you need to find Marilla. And you hear sort of a thump, and looking out towards the gate, you do actually see a figure emerging from this grate. Initially kind of hooded and looking around quite furtively. Yeah, there isn't anybody here looking, and then sort of looks over at the Vareth Farms and sort of, you know, puts a hand up and pulls the cloak back. And you see an Air Genasi. And he sort of steps forward, and then in the blink of an eye is immediately in front of you. Like the space between where he was on the grate and you guys coming out of the porch of the house just doesn't exist. He just stepped between, and then it's just like right there. And you see now that his hair is like sparking with lightning effects, and, you know, he's got like a cloak kind of trailing behind him. And now that you can get a better look at this cloak, it's not just grey and kind of nothing going on with it. It's quite intricately embroidered with all sorts of like what would be considered to be magical runes and things like that. So, and he's like, Sabinka, sourdough. I have missed your sourdough.
Morello. I have some here for you, and I pull out a perfectly baked
and
loaf.
he's like, wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad that you returned. I was really worried I was going to have to grab you again because you were going to escape, and I would have to make good on my, you know, promise to drop you off the side of the cloud to your unfortunate death. But I see that you have brought your friends along, and this is wonderful.
Granny, who's Genasi in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
This is going to sound hypocritical, but trust me that violence is not the answer.
Wow.
It's not the answer to the party.
Well, that's why we came here without the violence option.
I mean, kicking someone off a Sky Kingdom's not an answer. A little punch between disagreements. Like, who's to condemn that?
Oh, there should be no punching here. There is no need for that. Granny has fulfilled her promise to me. She promised to leave and gather her companions and return in order to find the lost folk of the Air Kingdom. That's all I have ever wanted to do. A lover of weird old facts about air, looking for lost people, and just a really big fan of sourdough.
Is that his dating profile?
Yes.
Well, I kept telling you don't need to threaten me, but it felt like it made you so happy to make the threat that I just let it happen.
I did enjoy your slightly terrified face for moments. It was quite delightful.
Oh, thank you. I've been practicing beforehand, so no. But we are here. We are here now, and now we need to. As I said before when we met, that we had conversations. I am really keen to find whatever you're looking for, and also the air stone. So let's get cracking.
Yes, time is of the essence, because I have been watching the Royal Guard, and I think I know what happened to Aurelie. And that's the end of the
episode.
So fast, Granny.
Wow.
Wait, an episode ended on time?
We ended on time.
Hey, yeah, Taryn.
So,
I don't know if you heard, but Sourdough Bob said that's the end of the episode.
Yay, Bob.
Hey, Bob. So thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today. We hope to see you again soon, and we do a big apologies for the technical difficulties that we seem to have had this episode. I will try and endeavour to figure out what happened on my end and fix that, because it's literally never happened before, so that's annoying. So
New year, new tech.
New year, new tech. If you are listening to this, thanks heaps for tuning in. We stream on Twitch at Fate of Isen every second Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. New Zealand time, and we would love to see you there. If you enjoyed yourself, tell a friend, because sharing is fun. Many amazing people are involved with the production of this podcast, and I am incredibly grateful for their hard work and dedication every single episode. And I want to give a big shout out to starting my partner in crime, Brad Zimmerman, editor of the polished episodes you hear, responsible for the design of World of Isen and Book 1, huge landscaper and labourer of manual things outside.
Big man.
And really energetic hype man in the chat tonight. So thanks so much for Brad for joining us today. Big also thank you to Amy Ward Art, our glitteriest moderator and artistic muse of the podcast. She keeps our live streams chat a wholesome and hilarious place to be, while also making our characters come to life. We are proud members of Kiwi RPG, and we encourage you to visit their website to find other Kiwi creators that you absolutely need to know about. So go ahead over there. And I want to give a big shout out to the many artists that we have collaborated over visual designs for Isen. So thank you to Haunted Sandwich, Ada Messer Photography, Amy Ward Art, Josiah Johnson, and EB Creative. EB Creative is a new name on the list, but is actually a really old name that we have been thanking for a really long time, and I wanted to bring it back. EB Creative actually made our original Fate of Isen logo. And so we are still using that, so we still say thank you. I missed it off the list for a while because EB Creative doesn't really exist anymore, but that doesn't mean that she's not out there still listening to the podcast, and we still appreciate you.
Along with EB Games. It's not been good for EBs.
Yeah. And another new name on that list. Another new name on that list, Josiah Johnson, creator of the amazing Fate of Isen line-drawn maps that we now have, and those have been popping up, hopefully, in your live stream slideshow, which my players don't know, but I have edited to include half of the Christmas stuff that we did, including the photo of me, Erika, and Severin from the time that we actually all met at Balin's. So there's a bunch of different photos in the slideshow now, which is really cool. So, those are the things that you get to see when you come along to the live stream chat. And of course, this podcast wouldn't be able to keep going without our Patreons, who keep the lights on in Isen HQ and make the Discord just a delightful home on the internet. We're really, really grateful for your support, and thank you so much for being patient and waiting for us to come back. We really appreciate that your support doesn't ever waver, because it means a lot to us. It literally helps us to pay for the website, to pay for the software used to record this, which failed us today, but we thank you a lot. So thank you very much to Alex White Robinson, Irene Cucci, Laura Christine Goodwin, Sam Malcolm, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Squish Malcolm Crow is dead for most of the Sixth Sense, Alexander Luke Heights, Kaz the Fox, Vicky Tara Borelli, Christian H, Disturbed 1NZ says the real life When of the Forgotten says remember the forgotten. Well, he said meow, but we all know what he means. Lyndon Hood, Tom Ailey, Erika Jayne, Aaron Gilgren, Danielle the Tea Lady, Lady of the Tea, Liz from Time to Die, a D&D podcast, Paul Chalk, Maya, Liz Sheep, and I want to give a huge thank you to our newest Patreon who has joined the crew, Larry Timmy Bobson the 13th. Huge welcome to the episode.
Well, as soon as we get the other 12, we're in the business, guys.
We're in the business.
The Larry Timmy Bobson
team, don't we?
the whole lineage.
So thank you so much for joining the team. We really appreciate you joining the Fate of Isen crew. I hope that you join the Discord too. We'll send you some new links, and just in case they aren't working, because we'd love to see our new Patreon subscribers in our Discord joining in with the community of chaos that we have over there. It's good fun. I got a couple of last little things for you. As usual, it is very appropriate that Bob is talking about rainbows, because I just wanted to tell you about dice. And dice come in all sorts of rainbow colors. If you head on over to our partners, fanrolldice.com, use the promo code Fate of Isen, you can get 10% off all of your dice. So have a sweet little discount on us. And if you want to show your support for our Aotearoa D&D podcast out there in the real world, and show your fandom off to everybody out there, you can actually get all the sweet merch that you could ever want over on Redbubble, from mugs to t-shirts to to tote bags to pillows. Go pick your favorite PC or go full neutral Fadey. We'd just love to see you in our gear. And we are going to be updating with some new artwork this year. Amy and I are already working on that, but we also still have Book One Apple Squad of gear up there, so it's not too late for you to pretend that Book One is still the case and Brad is still your favorite DM, because we all know that's true. I won't be offended because Marley was awesome. So I'm going to pass it over to my players to tell you a bit about where you can find and follow them on the socials, because you should be, because they're amazing people in and off the podcast. So take it away, Sidebars.
Kia ora. I will say, if I see anybody around the Wellington region with a Dexter Clementine t-shirt, I will embrace you like a member of my own family. You are a brother. you know what's good in life. I was, is, and will continue to be Severin. I played Dexter Clementine on the podcast. You can find me on Facebook. What do you... Kasia looked very inquisitive, and it's absolutely thrown me.
It's because she's trying to figure out what is on your microphone stand, but it is the dice tower. Yeah,
well, I know
big
now.
Stack of dice
but
and a coin from the Witcher dice set that I got given as a gift.
Nice.
I do this now. If I did this the whole podcast, it would be very distracting, and it keeps messing my lighting up. So let me come around here. Hey everybody, I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on places. Come hang out. Come have fun, Erika. Over to you.
Oh, that's me. I'm Erika. I play Taryn. I'm on socials. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Streamlabs to double check.
We're so out of
I like that
practice.
Amy has your socials down better than you guys have your own socials down. Even Severin's like, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok.
Amy, edit in my socials.
What do I have? I've got Instagram, Americano Jayne. I have a cosplay account on here. That's exciting. I do that too sometimes. That's Aurora Night Cosplay.
Go follow that.
Yeah, I don't use the TikTok, so I don't even remember what. Starry-eyed Harpy, that's it. I don't use
follow
it.
That.
I've used it once. Don't. Nah.
Don't follow that. Edit it out.
Don't follow that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're good. Go, Kasia. Please help.
The key to remembering your socials is to only have one social, which is Kasia Wayfinder on Instagram. Very simple. Nothing's going on there. Because I was resting from this situation.
Hi, Sourdough Bob.
It's still there. Hi, Sourdough Bob is not available anywhere other than the stream. He is not being photographed or posted online in any shape or form.
Definitely not. He's on a Twitch stream, but sure.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only shape or form. But if you know me, I will sometimes send you a picture because I still want to do that. But I'm just not doing that because don't post your children.
There was no sound merch. Don't do it.
Yeah. So, so that's what I'm doing this summer, and I might be back on those socials. Hello.
Aww, loves for mum.
Sourdough hug.
Sourdough hug. Oh, this is the best. Okay, guys, get many kids. This is the best. I love it.
All right, guys, and hi everybody. I have been your dungeon master for the stream. I am DM Julz. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Julz from NZ. I think the only other things that I have in my socials are all the other things that I do. So you can also find me over at Winkband NZ. You can also find me over at Questbook. You can also find me over at Be Adventure. These are all the places that you can find me. I'm doing quite a lot of DMing around the region, so I'm sort of being shared around everywhere, which is kind of fun. But yeah, do follow the Julz from NZ. I try and keep you posted as to where you can find me out live in the wild. And we can have a really fun time hanging out together. But this is the time where we say e noho rā, ka kite anō, and aroha nui. That is goodbye. See you again real soon in a fortnight or so's time, and we love you lots. Bye out there, everybody.
And goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
What's the 2026 sign off?
Bye.
I haven't decided yet.
New Year, you sign off.
We don't have one yet.
We went from calling your parents to move to Scotland.
Go to Golden Bay.
We're signing off with fake. Apparently.
Fake ending.
Back in